Alright guys, Paul 299 Tactical. We're back out on the range today. Got the old Scar 17 out again. We're going to presume the accuracy testing. So I guess this would be part 3 or 4 depending on how you look at it. If you have not watched the other videos, I will put links in the bio down below so that way you can click on those and get up to date. Just give you a brief overview of the Scar. Pretty much a stock Scar minus a few upgrades. Got a Mesa tactical adapter here to go to an AR stock, a Luth MBA3 carbine tactical stock, fully adjustable cheek riser, comb height, length of pull, and the butt plate is adjustable, so it's kind of like a precision style stock. And I have it topped off with a Viper PST Gen 2, 3 to 15 by 44. That's the first focal plane. So we're going to go ahead and go forward with the accuracy testing today, again at 100 yards. Just give you guys an idea of what the conditions are like today. I usually put those on all the papers, and I'll do the same here, but just so you know, it's about 82 degrees and 75% humidity, give or take. The wind speed is almost 0 right now. We're having gusts less than 5 miles an hour, so you might as well say it's basically 0 at 100 yards. It's not really going to affect anything. And today's overall theme is cheap ammo. We're going to go with cheap ammo. You guys are going, oh, well, it's a $3,000+ gun with a lot of money in it already. Why are you shooting such cheap ammo? Well, here's the thing. It's got to be able to run whatever you put in it. That's my take on it. This is a battle gun. Anything you pick up off the streets should be able to feed through this thing reliably. So it shoots Tula just fine. That's one of the cheapest ammos you can find out there. So the two themes of today, the first one is cheap ammo. The second one is we're going to go with lower grainage bullet weight. So 308, typically 150 grain to 180 grain. Well, I have some stuff that's right around that mark, that's around the 150 grain mark. So I'll show you guys what we're shooting today. So we have, first one we're going to shoot literally is the cheapest 308 or 7.62 you can find on the market today, and this is Wolf Military Classic. It's 145 grain full metal jacket, steel case. Nothing special. This is just really cheap stuff. So we'll see how she shoots that. That's actually what I have loaded up in the mag. We're going to run that first, and we'll just run these other ones right behind it, pretty much in rapid succession, 5-shot groups, and just keep going. So the accuracy might deteriorate for the barrel getting a little hot, but it shouldn't really. The next one we're going to go with here is this Aguila 308. It's 150 grain as well, full metal jacket. This is brass case, so super cheap stuff again. Nothing we're shooting today costs more than 60 cents a shot. For 308, that's pretty good for brass case stuff, so that's not too bad. So like I said, this is Aguila, 150 grain. Have some PPU 7.62. This is M80 NATO spec ammo, so we'll see how this runs. After that, we'll shoot this S&B 150 grain full metal jacket. Again, that's brass case stuff as well. And we'll round out with this PMC bronze. It's 147 grain full metal jacket. So none of this stuff here on the table is extremely expensive, nor is it hard to get. So we're not going for match grade accuracy this time. We're going to go for practical accuracy. What can you put in this thing, shoot it down range every single time, and expect, I don't know, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes of angle groups all day? I'm assuming that's what it seems to shoot Tula at. So we'll see how the rest of this stuff performs. Is it better? Is it worse? I'm not really too sure. But just so you guys know, I will be comparing it with a known good. So this is my go-to ammo for the Scar right now. It's easy to come by. It's readily available. It shoots well. I'm averaging right around 1 minute of angle, maybe like 1.2 MOA with this stuff. So this is Sierra Match Kings. This is their gold medal match series, 168 grain. This is a hollow point boat tail. So this is a really good bullet loaded by them. Lots of other manufacturers load the Match Kings as well. But I just happened to pick this up. You can get this stuff for $19, $20 a box on sale, sometimes cheaper than that. You keep your eye out. So I know what that shoots out of this thing, and I know that it shoots well. So we'll compare all 5 of these cheaper ammos with a known good on the same day, so that way we know the test isn't skewed at all. But other than that, yeah, we're just going to pretty much get forward with this thing. I'm going to get you guys in here on the first shot, and then we'll patch you back in when we're done shooting, because I don't want to bore you guys to death. So shooting groups after groups after groups, because nobody likes to watch that. So we'll shoot it up here, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll pan you back in at the end, and then we'll go over the groups I unfortunately forgot my micrometer again, so we'll go over the groups when I get home. I'll get the exact sizes for you guys, and I'll let you know what kind of MOA numbers we're looking at. So, without further ado, let's load this baby up and shoot a couple down range. First shot looks pretty good. Looks like we went about a half-inch high, half-inch to the left. So that's pretty good for this cheap Wolf Classic, confirming my zero. So we'll go forward, and like I said, I'll pan you guys in when we get done shooting, let you know how the accuracy results went. Look what happened here, guys. I wanted to show you this right away so that way you could see the damage this did. That's a 4-shot group. Okay, so they're all right here. It just oblonged the paper and tore the paper. It literally was hanging down like this when we came up here. I wanted to show you right away so you guys knew and understood what happened when you see this hole here when I pan out and show you later. This is with that military classic stuff. I mean, what more could you really want? At 100 yards out of a scar, you're talking 3/4 of an inch or less. That is very impressive. I didn't even want to shoot a 5th shot because the paper actually fell down and I couldn't see what I was shooting at anymore. So, first group out of the box, first shots of the day, she is putting up some impressive numbers. I gotta say, that is very, very good with 28 cents a shot ammo. So I will take that all day, and I guess we will go forward with this, and hopefully we won't tear this paper up anymore. So let's see what we can do. Go. Alright guys, so here's the overall results for the first 5 types of ammo that we shot today. I can just give you some quick info on it. I don't have my micrometer, like I said, so I'm not going to have exact numbers for you. But this was the Wolf. Like I said, that was one that was super impressive earlier. That was that Wolf military classic stuff. That is easily sub-minute, no doubt about it. Super, super good. Right off the bench, first shots of the day, excellent group. Quickly followed by, and closely followed by, the PPU M80 spec ammo. So, military service stuff, that's no joke. That M80 spec stuff is really good. That's looking like it's going to be under a minute as well. Pretty close. This center group here, actually, there's 5 shots in here about in this little window right here, believe it or not. It blew this target up pretty dang good. One of them might have went high up here, but I'm not too sure if that was from the previous shots that were already on the board. But this is the S&B. That's actually a soft point. I thought it was a full metal jacket. It's 150 grain soft point. It had a very weird bullet diameter to it, like the way the shoulder was stepped. But apparently it shoots pretty well. That's probably close to a minute as well. Up here, we have the PMC bronze. This stuff pretty much gives what you would expect. You're looking at like, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, probably. It's pretty much what I expected. Not too terrible. And same story with the Aguila stuff, which I want to mention something about this Aguila stuff. That was the hottest stuff that I shot all day. That by far had the most felt recoil in the shoulder. I'm not too sure why, but like I said, this is somewhere between 2 and 2.5 minutes. This one was the first shot. Then we stacked 2 on top of each other, and they started stringing back up again. So some of this could have been me here, but I feel like this is just poor ammo. So I'm not too sure. We can revisit that another time. And I compared it to my known good. As you can see, Match King never fails. That's easily a minute. It looks like it's going to be pretty close between the Match Kings, the Wolf, and the PPU M80 NATO spec. That's going to be a pretty close matchup there. It looks like the Wolf has taken the win, but we're not too sure yet until we go through and finish measuring everything. But like I said, I'll pull these down. When I get home, I make sure I'll bust out my micrometer, get the accurate measurements for you guys. I'll make sure I post the group sizes down in the description below, so that way you can see it if you didn't get a chance to hear it on the video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'm going to continue this accuracy testing. I think the next time we come out, I'm going to probably step it up more into... I have 2 options that I want to do. I want to do hunting ammo out of a scar, because that's something I've never seen anybody do. Like, let's try some of the core lock stuff, some of the federal offerings. Just try a lot of soft point or hollow point hunting ammo, maybe some ballistic tips. Let's try some of that stuff. see what it's like. Nobody's really done it as far as I've seen on YouTube, so we'll do either the hunting ammo next time we come out, or we'll step it up and we'll go into the ridiculously high-end, expensive match grade stuff, so like only Hornady, Sierra Match King, stuff like that. Something similar to what we did in the first test, but I'll make sure I get a lot of the really expensive stuff just to see, does it really outperform that? I find it hard to believe if it does. Is it really worth paying the extra? I don't know. This is probably your good plinking ammo here. And apparently, you can dial in really, really well with Wolf Military Classic out of your SCAR. So, I hope you guys like what you're watching. If you feel free to comment down below if you feel like there's anything I can do better. Let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I'll be more than happy to make a video on it if I have the ability to. And thank you for watching 299 Tactical. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright guys and gals, so we got home from the range. I finally got this target down and got the group sizes measured with my micrometer. So I wanted to give you guys an idea of what you're looking at. So like I said before, this was like kind of like the cheaper ammo test. You know, nothing on this table here in front of you. It was more than 60 cents a shot. So the group sizes you're about to see for the money spent are, in my mind, probably the best bang for your buck that you're going to get, because I don't know that you can find anything cheaper than this. Maybe some reman stuff. But for the money spent, these groups are pretty darn good, except for a couple of them. And I want to also show you guys, you know, compared to a known good, how they stacked up. So let's just start from the center and work our way out. So we'll get kind of like the worst groups done first, and then we'll go on. So I want to be fair here across the board, all 5-shot groups. The first I want to go over here is this S&B. Now I did say in the video, which is my fault, that it was a full metal jacket. It's actually a soft point with a stepped shoulder. So it looks very similar to this guy right here. So that's what the bullet profile is going to look like. And it's 150 grain. So it's you know, a lighter 308 pill. So the results here, the group I want to mention, so this, pull this out of the way here, this 4-shot group here in the center, you're looking at 0.9 inches without the flyer. So when I shot this group, the backstop, literally it was going through and tearing the backstop up so bad that it was making parts of the backstop come forward through the paper, and it tore the paper up pretty good. So this part of the paper was actually hanging all weird. And I think it looks like one flew up here. I'm not sure if it's because of the way the paper was sitting on the backboard, or if I had a flyer in the ammo, or if it was just me. I'm not too sure. I would rather disregard that just because of how poorly the paper was torn up. So, you know, it would be 0.9 inches without the flyer. But if you just took this flyer here that could have been a bunch of different things, it was 1.866 inches. So well under an MOA without the flyer, and almost 2 MOA with the flyer. So take that for what you will. We're going to move on here, go up to this PMC bronze. So this PMC bronze was really, really cheap stuff. It's 147 grain, full metal jacket. So this is what the box is going to look like when you get it. It's going 2780 out of the muzzle. It's pretty mild stuff. So that shot just about 2 MOA. It's 2.088 inches center to center from the widest point, which is from here to here. So that shot very well for the money, I guess you could say, because it was about, you know, 35, 40 cents a shot, give or take. So it was pretty cheap. So not too terrible. So moving on down here to this corner, this was the worst group of the day that we shot. This is the Aguila 150 grain 308. It's a full metal jacket as well. That came in at 2.264 inches. So what I want to mention about that is, when we first shot this group, I said it on camera before, the first shot was all the way up here, way off from where I was aiming. So we had a huge point of impact shift in comparison to all the other ammos. But then I came back and stacked these two right on top of each other. So it seems to me like all this is inconsistency in the ammo. Maybe some of it was me, but for the most part, I feel like that is just, you know, the ammo for what you're going to get for what you're paying. So again, over 2.2 inches there, so well over 2 MOA. So I'm not too thrilled about that. But let's move on to some more positive news. So the next two groups are almost identical in size, which just shows how consistent the SCAR was shooting.
and how well it was shooting. So I also want to make a mention before we go any further forward. It still has a stock trigger in it. I did not say that before, and that's my fault. The gun still has a stock trigger. It will have a stock trigger throughout the entire accuracy test, so that way I can keep things fair across the board between each round that I'm testing. So this Wolf Military Classic really, really impressed me here. This group you're looking at is a 4-shot group, and the same thing happened as the last one. The paper actually tore and was hanging down like this. So the group may have been slightly skewed because of the way the paper was hanging there. So it was at 1.162 inches center to center of what I have to work with here. So it might have been a little bit smaller than that. It might have been a little bit bigger than that. I'm not really too sure, to be honest with you, but that's what I have to work with, so that's what I'm going with. So 1.162 inches out of a 28 cents a shot round. That is literally the cost of brass 223 if you buy it in bulk. So you really, really can't complain about that. That is pretty darn awesome, and I think just from this test, that's what I'm probably going to go to as my, my baseline ammo from here on out instead of that cheap Tula ammo. So we'll go with that probably, and I'll reconfirm 0 with that next time I go out to the range. And last but not least here, this is the best we had of the day. This PPU M80 spec 7.62. That shot a pretty darn good 1.14 center to center group here. So that's right around an MOA, and again, super cheap ammo. It is loaded to M80 spec, so it's closer to military spec ammo, which is, I'm impressed for the money spent. Again, I'm very impressed. So to compare that to a known good, I don't have a group. I forgot to bring the target home with me, but to compare it to a known good here, this is what I usually go to as a baseline for everything, because I know this shoots about a minute of angle out of the gun. This is Federal's premium line, their gold medal match, Sierra Match King bullet. It's 168 grain. This is a hollow point boat tail match load. So this stuff here always shoots about an MOA out of the SCAR. That same day, I shot about 1.1, 1.2 inches. I didn't get a chance to measure it, but it was right in the same ballpark as the Military Classic and the PPU M80 spec. So take it for what you will. But that's what I got for this round of testing, guys. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe down below, ring that notifications bell so that way you get notifications when I upload. And if you have any questions, also feel free to comment down below and I'll answer them right away. So that's what I have for this round of accuracy testing. I hope you guys are enjoying this. We're going to step it up to something more practical in the next video, and then go to something really expensive probably in the following one after. And then we'll start slinging some upgrades on this thing like a trigger, and we'll really walk this out and see how well we can do. Thanks for watching 299 Tactical, and I'll see you all in the next video.